Lisboa by Isabel presents Lisboa Curious, Episode 3, Part 2. The Statue of the Mexican Emperor. Hi, my name is Isabel and I'm your local guide in Lisbon. On this episode, we are continuing with the saga of this thrill soap opera. Ready? So, the royal family arrived in Brazil and Carlota Joaquina introduced a new fashion wearing a turban. The happy family stood in the country for more than 10 years, and Pedro grew up becoming a passionate man with a strong and romantic personality. In Portugal, things were a bit crazy after the French troops' exit. The country was left alone to a British general called William Carr Beresford, and several riots and a revolution in Porto held by the liberals back in 1820 made the king, João VI, go back to Portugal 1 year later. He gave his son Pedro the title of Prince Regent in Brazil and left the country. After some time, he exchanged some letters with his son to see how things were, and Pedro just sent an update claiming that he gave independence to Brazil and named himself the emperor. João VI faced a big political problem as soon as he arrived in Portugal. He was the last absolutist king, meaning he had the whole power with him. He was trying to make agreements with the liberals who wanted to have a more democratic system with the parliament. Changed his mind, agreed with them again, changed his mind, and agreed once more. Meanwhile, the king's wife didn't want the liberals to mess with her plans. Their son, Miguel, didn't want it either and wanted to become the next absolutist king. And suddenly, the king died. Fact proven some years ago, he was poisoned. That's really suspicious. After his father's death, Pedro came back to Portugal to settle things. He was into the liberal cause and fought against his own brother. This fight led to a civil war which lasted 2 years. The liberals won. Pedro gave the crown to his daughter Maria II, and he died right after the liberals' victory in September 1834. Now, a fun fact about the statue in Rossio. It was inaugurated in 1870, but somehow there was a rumor that the statue didn't belong to Pedro IV, but to Maximilian I from Mexico. The statue of the Mexican emperor stopped in Lisbon after being made in France, but then the news came saying that the emperor was killed. So, what to do with the statue? In order to save some money, why not keeping it and reuse it as the Portuguese king? It's so high that no one will tell the difference. Of course, experts believe this to be an urban myth. The statue belongs to Pedro IV, since he's wearing sub-buttons with the Portuguese coat of arms, and is grabbing the Constitutional Charter of 1826 on his right hand, and wearing a collar of the Order of the Tower and sword. So this was the end of the third episode of Lisboa Curious. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. Follow this channel, comment, and discover Lisboa by Isabel.